What is going on, everybody? This is your boy Tank once again for the side check. Hope you guys are doing well. You know how it goes. Hope you have a good weekend. It's Friday. Hope you're relaxing, chilling with the family, or doing what you gotta do. But thank you for giving me your time for listening to what we normally talk about. Random stuff. Sometimes it's conversation starters, sometimes it's just random stuff. Of course, with me, I have Kanoshi Bamanito. How you doing, sir?
It's Kanoshi Abamanito, and the government just keeps screwing up.
Yeah, we'll get to you guys' comments from last night because I saw a lot of people's comments last night was ridiculous, funny, and good. Give me a second here. Let me try to get screen in progress for. Oops, no sheet so people see it. Pop this out. We have it. All right. Yeah, you're correct. The government does have a lot of is its own awareness, and boy, do it. Last night we saw craziness, and a lot of you guys was angry and laughing at what some of the stuff I was saying, which is, I get it. That the government is screwing up as usual, as Kenoshi just pointed out. So hey, it is what it is. Hopefully people could understand what's going on. But with that said, how you doing though? You just other than the government, you doing all right, Kenoshi?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good.
Okay, it's good to hear. So again, it's Friday night. Guys, you know what it is to go check out. You can check it out on Spotify, Temper FM, YouTube, Facebook, even though Facebook is shadow blocking, banning me, Twitch TV, Stitcher, Anchor, and Google Podcasts. All right, Nico, and live now, and you live now as well too. So with that said, that's just like I said, it's random talk. We talk about stuff basically for us, just for my people out there who are computer heads. Before we get into any crazy topics, Kanoshi and I was talking about computer stuff. As we know, semiconductors are still up in the process, and again, yes, it is that Intel is expanding a lot in Israel to expand their chip processing as well to there. It is about
They're also building
what?
a fab. They're also building a fab in Ohio, I believe. But that's going to be a couple of years
Well,
before
they do one
that's
in Arizona too, and that's it,
operational.
and that's 10 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
So still with semiconductors and stuff like that's gonna happen. Right now we see also don't forget they got craziness going on with Taiwan and China. And Taiwan is the
Yeah.
biggest producer of those chips. So yeah, I
Not
hope.
well. China was full of hot air when they said Nancy Pelosi, you better not come near, or else we're going to shoot down your plane. They really didn't do nothing. They were just dancing around, having their military exercises,
Yeah.
flexing their muscles, acting as if they were going to do something. They
Well,
can't afford to do anything.
they could. Well, yeah. As I was listening to a show today, and the housing market is collapsing horrible. They have like a crash like how we had in 2008.
Yeah, the thing is, when their economy crashes, since a lot of the world is attached to China, I wonder how much of that's going to affect us.
True that. True that. True that. I agree with you on that. Not no lie on that. No lie on that. You're 100%
Because
correct.
we all might be going to hell together within the next what,
He
few
said,
days, few months.
nah, I don't think a couple days. I think we got more than that. Let's not go that crazy now, sir.
I don't know. I just heard somewhere where a few days ago where China had like 25 days before their economy just completely collapsed. I don't know if that's true or not.
I don't think I don't think it completely collapsed, but it would have problems. It is collapsing right now. So we'll see how all
I
that
mean,
turns out. Really, it is. But they
I
are
mean,
they're going through a housing market crash right now. Um, things are not looking good for the old, for the Shishi boy, Mr. Panda Bear himself. He don't like, even though he don't like certain things. So yeah,
he's I mean, if you see some of the construction projects in China, they're They're pretty terrible. It's as if they build their houses out of duct tape, marshmallows,
Well, the
toothpicks,
problem is
and paper mache.
they don't have standards unless it's certain way. Like, and even the buildings that they do build good, nobody really like they. You know what cities China have that they say, oh, this will be the cities for people and whatever, and nobody moved. Nobody people who move there barely moved there, but it like people could live there. Like you could sleep and got a good whatever. I forgot. I wish that video was like back when I used to be doing the night job. I saw that video. I don't know if I'll find it, but I hope I can. But they have like cities, skyscrapers, apartments, all that stuff. But because nobody went there to start businesses and food and all that stuff, they're like I think they're like 5, 6 major cities as big as New York in China that's deserted.
Yeah, they have a bunch of their space that nobody's using.
Yeah, and of course that's why they're wasting a lot of stuff. But people, they have there literally is a paper dragon. Like they don't have no, you know, not the economy is basically banked off of. That's why when President Trump was saying, "Why are we giving these things whatever? This should be a certain way." I was like, "Yeah, this is why most of China's economy depend on us because we spend the most money in the world. Why are we kowtowing to them?" I never understood that. And the only president that did that was Trump. He did said, "Hey, why are we giving them the trade deficit? It's stupid. It made no sense." Let me get it straight. Kanoshi, I s- I got all the stuff you need, but you got the money that I need. So it should be equal terms at least. That's my point. It shouldn't be like, oh, wait a minute, without me paying you the money, you ain't gonna get nowhere, you know?
Yeah.
It's just
Yep.
it's just weird in that situation itself. So I got you. I got you. So you have that, but for all about call, like I said, going back with the conversation we had just before we started the show, for my computer heads, like yeah, if anybody right now coming up this end of the year, AMD should be releasing a new motherboard chipset to include DDR5 RAM, which is going to be the fastest RAM. Um,
Yep. It'll
in
be expensive. Ever check out those prices for DDR5?
Yeah, I have.
They're
They're not.
pricey.
It depends on what you're talking about, because I've seen some that's not that expensive.
Oh, it must be clocked lower then.
Mm, well, what can I do then other than check it out? Let me see, because I know I have seen. Because I remember when I was looking at Amazon, I was like looking at DDR5 RAM. What would you consider clock slow?
Um, oh, like 4,000 megahertz or something like
Four
that.
thousand
I know
megahertz.
that's
Okay.
which is I mean, it's not like super slow, but
Well, it's not super slow at all, but yeah, I got what you're saying. Let's see. Well, like I said, Crosshair has 32 gigabytes of DDR5 for 5200 at 169. That's not bad.
yeah, that's not bad either. I'm looking at a Corsair Vengeance for DDR5,
Yeah,
32 gigs. Oh, okay, that's the one you were looking at.
that's what I'm looking at. Vengeance, 52 megahertz. Yeah, 52 megahertz, 169. They want to have here, but they have another one that's they have thing a G scale, which is 32 gigabytes again, 220. So I mean, they got some that's 19. Yeah, look at it. You got yeah, you have Crosshair
Y-
Platinum Dominator. That's 16 gig. That's again, 32 gigabytes again. That's for 219. That's the one with the lights and everything. So it's there.
Yeah, yeah, it's getting there. It was just when it first came out last year, it was
Yeah, it
super
was too
expensive.
expensive. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so
it was like
here's when we were saying here's the Trident Z from G Scale, and that one is 36 megahertz, and that one is 149 for 32. So that's
yeah,
slow. That would be slow, as you consider, as you said, lower than
yeah,
40,000.
yeah.
So I got you. No, so they got some of that, but we're trying to say that because one of the biggest things that was happening in 2020, no, 2019 and up was basically graphics card went whack crazy out of price. That was where it was the problem. And right now,
Yeah,
Nvidia is about to open is later this year as well too. Nvidia is gonna do their we call it gonna do their
they're gonna announce
their
their
4000 series.
their Ada Lovelace architecture.
Hmm. But the thing I was
Yeah,
gonna, the thing we were talking about is like for anybody out there, and I myself too, I'm waiting for something else to happen next week. God bless me, hope so, that I could do this. I would say go ahead and buy your 3 series if you ain't gonna, if you need to be up with the most technology, blah blah blah, and all that stuff. Okay, I can't say nothing towards you. But if you want something that's gonna work and last long, whatever, buy the three series, the 3000 series because that's what I'm gonna get because I know Nvidia once they did a 4000, just like they did with the 2000, they're gonna stop making the 3000.
yeah,
They're gonna
it'll
stop making
become
it.
more expensive,
Yeah,
and then you'll be up a creek without a paddle.
exactly. So again, for those who like me build their own computers, and me and Kanoshi, we build our own computers and stuff like that. So just giving you a heads up on that. Just something we're just randomly talking about. But again, going back to what Kanoshi was saying about the last night about the government. So yes, last night I showed a video. My coworker had talked to me about this. It was funny when he watched the show. So they had IRS police people who's supposed to go in and arrest people, right, Shinoshi?
Yeah,
And they had this video that they trained and it leaked.
yep.
You know, in that video they had, I was like, I had to stop the video. I was like, what the hell is that? Like seriously, what was that? Let me see if I could. Give me a second here. Let me see if I can find and share it for you, so you don't, so you see what I'm talking about. Because it is crazy.
They
Let me
they uh
see if I can find
they
it.
later said they put out a press release saying that they took out the whole using lethal force,
Oh,
which really doesn't mean anything at this point. But they having that in their job description or whatever. That's gonna, especially since it leaked out, a lot of people saw it. That's gonna
yes.
frighten a lot of people.
Well, the way that they did their training was horrible. That's the problem. They had people who had it. Like they were like this lady who was arresting the guy. She had a hand on the trigger. I'm like, you could shoot a person in the back. You're supposed to have it to the side piece, not on the trigger. And
Yeah.
then and then there was I'm trying to do it, but it looked like he's not doing it. So I'll just describe to you. So they were walking through the building, and then all of them have the flight jacket with IRS police. I'm like, okay. And then one of the people who came out was this man that was in a wheelchair. I'm like, wait a minute, did I just saw what I just saw? Hold up,
Oh, jeez.
a man in a wheelchair with a flight jacket. Who comes up with this asinineness?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Unless,
mean, it's that's the problem with the go. The reason civilizations, the reason governments fail, isn't because of some grand scheme mastermind, some high IQ, intelligent, evil genius sitting at the throne. It's incompetence. The governments get
basically,
too big, and the rulers get too old, and everybody just becomes super incompetent. That's how governments fail.
yeah, that is just
Not with a
how
bang, but a
they pray.
whimper.
You're correct. Without a bang and a whimper, they literally just do stupid stuff. It puzzles me that they do that.
That's all of that.
No, you won't. Let me see. Let me go back here. I think I could. Bingo. Bingo, right there. Right there. Okay, hey, tell me if you could see this. Let me just put it on that share. Okay, you can see the sharing, right, Konoshi?
Yeah, I can see you sharing.
See right there. You see what I'm seeing? You see what I'm talking about when I got a mouse on?
Yeah.
Police, this guy's in a wheelchair.
Yeah, what's he gonna do? Is it one of those cybernetic wheelchairs like
Batman
who's the
or Les Luthor or
no, who's the who's the frog? I think it's like a frog character in Sly Cooper that uses a like a mechanical wheelchair.
oh, there's the turtle, the turtle.
The turtle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was also somebody who, like Les Luthor or somebody had the floating chair that they could use to. It's like, what in the world?
Yeah, that's yeah, I don't
Why is
who's making these decisions? Like they need to come out and explain all of this because
exactly?
this is absolutely insane.
It is actually insane.
And I remember in that video because I heard a clip of that video where they were like, "Yeah, no, most of the majority of the people that are signing up for it have no law enforcement training whatsoever.
Not even law enforcement. They don't have no weapons training.
No weapons training either.
None of them.
Yeah, this is not good. This is not good.
No, because it was I'll get to the let me say shoot a point. Like right here.
It's a parody. There's got to be a parody. What the trigger? All right.
Look, this is what it. Hold on. I'm trying. Like, look how they're holding it. Look how they're holding a gun. You see that? Nobody would. You see how slim she's holding a gun? And what guy will put their hand behind their back just because they have a gun? Nobody would do that. And that's how you arrest them. You put your hands in their hands. You can pull one hand down to do it. This is horrible training.
Yeah.
This is horrible training. Pat this man down to see if anything.
Yeah, I don't. 80,000 of these unexperienced people expect just people that just randomly get shot because these people have no idea what they're doing. Not to mention they're not gonna de-escalate situations if people get uppity.
No, they're not.
They're gonna scream and they're gonna shoot. They're gonna shoot first, ask questions later.
I thought they're supposed. I thought they're supposed to be defund the police.
Yeah, that's the funny thing.
I know.
Don't you see? Don't you find it funny that the liberals are all of a sudden defending the FBI? All the FBI is good. They're good.
Yep. It's just crazy now. Here's another thing that happened last night, which is funny that again we talked about, which I'll go in the chat to talk about because I saw you guys saying it. The Inflation Reduction Act, which doesn't do jack squat.
Nope. It just raises your taxes.
Exactly. Raise your taxes. And people just let it be what it's supposed to be because this is ridiculous at this point. $280 billion to help drugs, whatever. But then there are people like, oh, you're gonna, as I played in the video last night, which is this video that you guys could see is episode 84, when they're like, oh, what they were like, oh, you're gonna see your drug price immediately. According to the bill, y'all gonna do the drug price in 2026. This is 2022. That's 4 years from now.
Yeah. Most people will probably be, that need some of these important drugs will probably be dead by then.
Yep. And then the whole climate energy investment crap, that is total BS. One, even a lefty organization said it will only amount to $220 a year. Wow. So $18 a month is what I'm saving a year.
Oh, wow.
For that, for $360 billion, only the government.
I can barely buy a McDonald's meal with that money. Wonderful.
And the funny, and you know what? Also, the funnier part about it is too. Most of the rebate, that money goes to because the Democrats were saying, "Oh, this we stick it to the special interests. This is the lobbyists didn't get the corporation lobbyists." I'm like, wait, are the same companies and lobbyists are the same people getting the money from all this stuff? What are you talking about? Who you
Yeah.
unless you people are stupid, they're still getting money because again, GM is getting money because what? They're the only they and Ford and Chrysler, as I said, because they're the unions. You have to have a battery that's made from America so you would get that benefit. And the thing that came in most of the money that is said that is basically tax refund or tax relief is to buy stuff. It's not to say, oh, you did a good thing. Let's not buy. No, you gotta if you want to get that most of that $300 billion as well too. You gotta buy yourself an expensive car. Except for Tesla, the most known car, Tesla. You buy that, you don't get it. I'm like, what the wait? So the most famous car company, you don't get the benefits, but you buy other car companies that is like crazy and then inexpensive like a BMW or a GM like we did like I talked about the Hummer truck. Like and it's asinine. Why would I buy a Hummer electric vehicle? The Hummer itself was a gas guzzler itself. Why would I buy an electric version of that shit?
Yeah, and you still need the power of the the machine, the cars through coal anyway, because you have to rely on the grid to charge it. So why isn't anybody talking about, why isn't anybody talking about the fuel source necessary for the grid? I don't know, like nuclear energy.
I ain't got nothing against that, but just like you said, it's for the grid. But here's the thing: that's if the grid can handle it. Our
Yep.
grid is not built for all these electronic stuff coming up right now. It's not.
Well, I mean, 'cause that's one of the reasons they're having rolling blackouts in California.
Exactly. That's the main reason why we're having these rolling blackouts in California. So again, you buy an electric truck, okay, and I can't, and then and power goes off. So how you charging your truck?
Yep.
And again, until they get charging down to see, it's a double-edged sword. When you fast charge your battery, the battery life goes down significantly as well too. So even if you want to, they need to get a battery that can at least maybe about 15 minutes, at least about 15 minutes to make people say, okay, I will go with 15 minutes to charge when it's not in my house or people who live in apartments or whatever. But then when you do that, the cycle of the battery dies down quick. And to change a battery in most of these cars is $10,000. Easy. Easy.
The thing is, if you want to charge these cars at your house, you need a special plug. So you need to pay an electrician to come out and rewire your house for it to charge.
Yeah,
'Cause you can't just
that's $4,500.
you can't just plug the car into your house like it's a radio.
You can, but it'll take hours to charge.
Yeah.
It'll take hours to charge. Like I said, it's so stupid. And then again, this is the Democrats. We're helping the planet and we're helping poor people. Okay, hey, poor people, if you want to get this money, buy new windows, buy a new refrigerator, buy solar panels, buy a new car, and then we'll give you
What
money.
about the dead? What about the dead batteries? What do they do with those? Where do those go? Do they recycle those or
Some do.
they just go in land?
Nissan does do that with their car. That's the only person I know. I'm not saying there are other companies that don't do it. But Nissan does turn their their cell batteries into light posts for for light posts and stuff, which is good. At least it's getting reused.
Yeah.
So they basically in the day the light post them charges it and then nighttime it disperses it, which is again and that's that's a different kind of thing. So it will last a while. So again, because LED don't take a lot of energy. So again, that's a good idea. Find more ideas like that. I'm not against it. I'm just saying, but you are correct. The thing about it, we do not have the capacity for when all those things go because again, look what's going on right now. Remember, when those wind turbines, when those things crash and burn, Where the hell are you gonna put those things? Those things are toxic as hell. You can't recycle those turbines.
Yeah, we'll just end up in a landfill somewhere.
Yep. Leaching into the earth, destroying things. But remember, politicians don't care as long as it's not in my backyard. They don't give a rat's ass.
And solar is nowhere near. You can't rely on solar by itself.
No. Is it a way to get energy? Yes. In fact, we've made leaps and bounds. But still, oh, sorry. But still, come on. So
I mean, would it be nice to get away from gasoline? Sure, something more efficient, something that something that's not.
but here's the thing.
Uh,
You said that, but I'm telling people, and hopefully you're younger than me by a couple by at least 10 years. But I'll say this: I don't want to be on this planet when oil goes away.
oh
Oil
yeah,
does oil does too much stuff. Oil does too much stuff. Oil is not only used for energy in many ways, because again, if you're gonna if you're gonna do hydro and all that stuff, yeah. But if you're gonna do like steam and anything to do power plants off the grid and everything, you need oil. Oil also is in plastic. Oil helps rubber. Oil helps a lot of stuff. So when oil gets down to a little bit of is gone from this planet. Oh boy, you talk about wars. You talk about some wars. I think naturally World War III, if it ain't happened before that, is gonna start.
no more fried chicken if you want oil to go away.
Well, it's not
Use
only
the
I know you I got you, but it's not that. It's like because oil does so petrol oil. I mean not petrol oil. Just oil does so many things.
yeah.
That's the problem. Even if we had nuclear power and we don't have oil, we gotta make plant based plastics, and we already don't know if you start doing that. Even though the green people are like, oh, we need plant based plastic, we could redo it. Trees don't grow fast enough.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The only thing I've seen ever grown fast enough is bamboo, and I don't think we have enough bamboo to do everything you need to do.
I don't even think you can grow bamboo in this country.
Yeah, you can.
I can.
Oh yeah, there's bamboo in North. There's bamboo here because I've seen it in North
Oh,
Carolina.
okay.
Trust me, they're a pain in the ass to get through.
Uh, you've had to drive or walk through it or drive through it or
Not drive, walk through it.
walk through it.
Yeah, because some of the properties we have to build our house and stuff on it. We got to get a corners to figure out how to make sure the house is in the right spot. You got to go through some of these bamboos, and they're thick as thieves. So we have that, and like I said,
uh,
bamboo
yeah.
does grow at a fast rate. That is true, but again, I'm not seeing a farm in America. Now, I'll give you that. Unless they are, I don't see a farming for bamboo in America. But I mean, that's the next best thing right there. Get a bamboo
Yeah.
farm, and then make it into you can do hardwood floors and plastics and something because yeah, we use a lot of plastics and
And
oil.
if you want to make plastic out of oak and redwood, you're probably gonna have to figure out how to make those trees grow really fast.
Yep. Hell, talking about messing with nature and stuff. Like, look what's going on right now. China's going through their severe drought, and they're overseeding their their clouds. So they don't care about the other part of the world. They don't care about the other part of the world. They're like, okay, let's fix our part of the world. We don't give a damn about the other part of the world, even though messing with one weather system affects all weather systems.
Yeah.
They don't care. They're not just seeding their they're not seeding their clouds, they're overseeding it because they need water. And then when you have and we saw last year when they had the floods, what a great job this CCP did with stopping the floods in China. So again, you had the floods last year, now you have a drought, and you don't see you messing with Mother Nature. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Whatever. People do crazy stuff in here. And then, of course, like I said, I got to call out men like I did last night. Again, reading the story of this guy who basically had, he's like, I didn't think I will catch monkeypox. Really? After what you just explained to me, your sexual for a weekend was, I'm surprised you ain't catch all other diseases other than monkeypox.
I mean, this is what I mentioned last week. We live in a society where you have crowds of people cheer for red tape, more red tape. They scream, more red tape, but yet they want to, live these promiscuous lives, these promiscuous, dangerous lives, acting as if nothing bad will happen to them or should happen to them.
Yeah, that is what they're saying. This guy said he went to a birthday orgy with 15 dudes. Then had another orgy with 50 more dudes. I'm like, why? What is your
Yeah.
lifestyle? I used to out and then act surprised. I call monkeypox. Really? How about protecting yourself, you jabroni?
Oh, it's we live in a society where people are have a serious case of arrested development, where they have the minds of children and they think that they're invincible.
Well, like my girl said, it's just like they think that nothing will happen to them, or they think that science, government protect them, or science is advanced enough now that they could do stupid stuff and won't be hurt. Okay, if you think that stupidly, all right, crazy.
Disease. The thing about diseases are organisms, and what organisms do is adapt.
Yeah,
So over time, it's a it's a 24/7 process. At some point, at some point, this disease is going to adapt. It's going to get stronger. You see this with penicillin. There's actually some sexually transmitted diseases that have gotten stronger over the over the years.
yeah, yep. They come antibacterial to they've been to I mean sorry they've become resistant to antibacterial drugs and stuff like that. You're correct. But again, all you gotta do is just basically, I don't know, put a condom on, protect yourself. But nope, they don't want to do that. It's so weird to me.
Yeah,
This guy, I mean, like I said, he had that. Then he said he had sex with four other guys and two. I'm like, within a 24 hours, the man had sex with 40 people, and he's surprised, and he's not surprised that he got monkeypox again. He's surprised you ain't got AIDS or HIV or gonorrhea or syphilis or HVP. So much stuff you could have get. Unprotected sex, dude. Jeez. Uh,
that's just yeah, it's pretty gross, but this is the life that they chose. But yet they want you to wear a mask and stay indoors.
you know what? That was the same. I was gonna say the same people, the ones that say distance yourself. You saw. I don't know you saw, but you saw a video where Joe Biden was coughing and then he went around shaking the people with the same hand. I was like, that is so disgusting. I played it last night. I showed a video, but I don't know if you saw it.
I think I might have seen some. I think I might have seen it.
He's there coughing up a fit. He was a cough about 50 times. And then at the end of the thing, walking around, hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? I'm like, and you got on Trump for when he had his thing, said it's a super spreader. And you yourself going around coughing in your hand and shaking hand with everybody else. And you're not a super spreader? And you had COVID twice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can't make this stuff up. You really can't. You really cannot make this stuff up. All right, we got about. Like I said, I don't want to kill his time, but we have 23,790 people in the building. I see you guys in the chat, so let's just take a little act to some of this stuff. All right, Lauren Cassini from Poland. I feel like if we talk straight people, sorry, I feel like if we can talk to straight people to not engage in intercourse if they have infectious diseases, it shouldn't be a homophobic to tell people the same damn thing. But you know how the media treats things. That is true. That is true. Isaac Martinez from Portugal. The media treats monkeypox like it's some new disease. Newsflash, no pun intended. Monkeypox has been around since the 20s, 20 years ago, and there already is a cure for it. But like Kanoshi said, by doing all this stuff here, they might come resistant to some of the cure.
Yeah.
The way it's spreading like crazy. Because remember, California and New York are the only one who called it who declared a national, a state emergency for this monkeypox thing. California again, that makes sense because again, the guy we talked about who had all the people he slept with, he was in San Francisco. No shocking surprise.
San Francisco is a hotbed for that sort of behavior.
Exactly. Roberto Conhez from Portugal as well. Go. Okay, he's reset back up what was last night. One, it was a nurse hosted a birthday orgy. How would you like to be sitting in a doctor's office when you hear a nurse say over the phone, "I'm sure we're fine to go ahead with the birthday orgy." No one got sick from the other orgy last week. Then, this nasty it is. I don't even want to be in an orgy with females like that. It's just nasty.
It sounds too much.
It sounds
Too much.
yeah, it does.
Ugh.
Then the person who comes into your room looks inside your nose, your ears, your thoughts, and those of your child. And I'm inclined to think that the people who engage in such behavior should be barred from working medical and food services. Well, I see why people bar them from giving them blood or donating blood. That's crazy. That's why I see why they do that. Oh, are you being homophobic? Oh, whatever. Again, there are a lot of homosexuals out there who don't engage in this, but here's the thing: there's just enough that gives caution to the wind. That's why when I shared last night when in UK, there was like, oh, where the monkeypox? All 99% of monkeypox patients are homosexuals. Are we surprised by that? Are we surprised? Okay. If we can avoid groups of anonymous encounters, yes, if we can. Apparently, some people don't have a choice to avoid anonymous group sex. If you're having sex at all, it can only be with 30 strangers at a time and expecting them not to be reasonable. Gotcha. That's why we should not make it a homophobic thing. Oh, he's right. I mean, he's right, sorry, he's right. Who sex with 30 straight? Again, like you said, Kanoshi, you're right. That just sounds disgusting to me.
Yeah, like you said, even if it was like a room third of 30, 40 strange women, I'd just be like, nah. And like in my head, does that sound enticing? Sure, but in reality, I'm sure it's very just. I'm sure. I'm sure the reality of that situation is probably not what you think it is. It's like when you look at a McDonald's or a Burger King cheeseburger and how colorful and how wonderful it looks, and then when you
In the
actually
commercial.
in the commercial, and then you go to pick one up at the store, it looks like an elephant stepped on it. Like that's probably how it is in the reality of
Yeah, exactly.
No.
You're correct. Nat Doran in Portland, Washington, Oregon. Sorry, Oregon. I remember in Portland, we had a syphilis epidemic that was happening in the gay clubs and bars. And local of course, it would do this. And local newspapers said it was homophobic to tell people to wear condoms. You can't win with this stupid thinking. Y'all are stupid. Y'all are stupid. People really throw the common sense out the window for this. So you have a disease, like I said last night. You have a disease that's transmitted by sexual contact, and it's homophobic to say wear a condom. I don't care if it's. I still wear a condom if you're not homophobic. If you're straight, wear a condom.
Is it homophobic to wear a mask? Says to tell somebody to wear a mask. Nothing is straight. These people are not straightforward. They're inconsistent. You know. I know what Tucker Carlson said was a couple nights ago about the Senate and Mitch McConnell saying there's not going to be a red wave in the Senate. It's not going to happen. But I think people will just vote for Republicans out of spite. Out of spite.
Might be. I mean, again, this monstrous bill that it passed, which was asinine, barely passed. The only person who made it pass was Kamala Harris because she would have decided to vote.
Yeah.
And stupid Joe Biden was like, remember this. No Republicans voted for this bill. That's not a ringing endorsement, you jackwagon.
Yeah,
Yep.
that might be, yeah.
That is not a winning endorsement. And of course, his dumbass, I still remember he said, oh, I want to talk about a very special number last month, zero. We had zero inflation last month. No, we didn't. No, we did not. We had inflation. But because Axios, what a stupid ass title, you followed right behind them and said we had zero inflation in July. Yes, we did. Do you not know how inflation works, sir? And trust me, signing a dumbass bill that you just did increases inflation. Again, we're spending $1.1 trillion now, and then we're putting $300 billion in a deficit for the next 10 years. That's like you pissing in the ocean, man. You ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
You're not doing nothing.
Yeah. Silas
Lossen from Egypt, they want to declare emergency without explaining how it's been spreading. Tiptoeing around the facts is so stupid. Yep, that is one. Holger Deske, shout outs. Holger Deske from Tokyo, Japan. Even when they know AIDS and HIV are spreading through gay sex, they still wanted to deflect any and all responsibilities. And like you guys said, even if I was with 30 women, I still feel disgusted just to have all that body and old BO and fluids all around. Just don't feel right.
No.
I mean, yeah, you want to. Us guys have, I don't lie. We have a dream of harems and stuff like that, but it just doesn't. When you put into reality, like just in a room, like how this guy did, just doesn't feel right. I mean, I work it out differently than that, but it does feel nasty.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a red-blooded male, heterosexual male, you've had a fantasy or two of a harem, but to actually for that to actually carry out, I think your fantasy, if the reality would not be able to match your fantasy, you'd be severely disappointed in the end.
Yep. JB Weston guy from New York. I actually thought that homosexual men having sex all the time was a negative stereotype or something. But then my best friend came out as a homosexual, and he essentially can't visit any gay bar or club without something going without someone trying to have sex with him now. Exactly.
Oh,
Mm. Otto Lyons from San Francisco, California. There you go. Somewhat. So me being gay, being homosexual myself, as soon as they came out with this news, I was already happy because I don't hook up at all. I am in a monogamous relationship with someone. The homosexual community has fallen way beyond saving. It's sad. And like I said, not all I don't say all guys do this because again, if you're in a monogamous relationship, that's cool. That's at least you know where that person is, and if the both y'all respect each other, that's good. But the whole OG thing is just just like I said when I read that guy's thing last night, and when he said about God, I don't even want to. And somebody just brought it up. I don't even want to talk about it. I wanted to take a shower. I felt disgusted. I felt so slimy and disgusted.
yeah, yeah. That's. I can't see why how anybody would enjoy that at the end, or how anybody could enjoy like after you've released yourself and you've come back to your senses. You wouldn't look at the mess that was made and be like, "What the heck did I just do?" Like, but oh, it
I
was so
got you.
disgusting.
It is disgusting. It is disgusting. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Shout out to you, Alex Rex from London. I forgot about that. So CNN finally got rid of Brian Skelter with the most,
Oh yeah, I forgot
which
to
is
talk about
which
that.
is the most unnamed, the most ironic name show ever. Reliable sources. Nothing was reliable with this man. Not a damn thing. They got too tired of. They got tired of his BS. Easy, Brian Skelter's gone. Gotta give shout out to Mark Dice. Yes, the president doesn't I need to know what's going on, but hey, how we can't see. We gotta get into Trump and tell lies and multiple lies about everything else.
Yeah, yeah,
Ah, good.
that's Don Lemon. You're next. You're next on the chopping block.
Basically, yeah, because Cuomo went, Brian Skelter went, so yeah, Don that was the next on the chopping block. Can't say Anderson because Anderson, I mean, he's more straightforward than most of those guys. At least I give him that.
Yeah,
But yeah, and even like I said last night when I was playing a clip with the whole inflation thing, and that other lady that carrying Jean Pierre who's I thought Jen Psaki was bad. No, this chick is worse.
yeah.
This
She's
chick is
dumb.
worse
She is dumber than a box of rock candy sitting out in the Georgia hot sun.
because that
Uh,
is crazy. Then she was like, "We're going. This is gonna do." And then when even seeing that was like, "Well, the drug stuff ain't gonna happen until 2026." Yeah, but we're gonna still do phrases. But that's you can't say it's intermediate. It's gonna happen intermediately. It's gonna happen. Sorry, not intermediate. So it ain't gonna happen immediately. She's like, "Well, on energy." I'm like, "Okay, what? So now you're just switching the answer to a different question now." Good grief.
well, I
You can't.
mean,
I mean, if you're gonna lie intelligibly, but she is not. She's living. She's right there with Kamala Harris being unintelligible. I'm telling you.
she picked this job, so I mean, she has to defend one of
Exactly.
the. She has to defend the worst administration in modern American history.
I've said it again. And I met a person who's think that this is doing good. I'm like, you smoking some good shit, dude. You really are.
Yeah,
And you're not
I don't
rich.
want
And you're not rich. But I said again, Biden administration is the worst administration I've ever seen in my lifetime.
to. Yeah, this is going for both Democrats and Republicans
I don't care.
pertaining to
Yeah,
this
he's
is
his
it's the
administration is
worst.
just worse. Every metric. Again, go back to I wish prove me wrong. That video did the show I did. Every metric I said that's going to happen. What all the predictions I said in 2020 happened. That's one. That's bad. And two, every metric that's supposed to make a good make good. Cause he talked about his dumbass was like, oh, we made $500,000, 500,000. Like I said in the video last night, 500,000 people got jobs. Yeah, but 4.3 million people quit their jobs. Again, piss in the bucket, man. It's nothing.
Yep.
4.3 million people quit their jobs. 500,000 people got jobs. Again, I might, even though I have a degree in a lot of things, I don't have a degree in mathematics, in math and mathematics, but I know 4.3 million is more than 500,000.
What are those people doing anyway? Like
What?
all the goodies have been taken away. Are they just find new work, or is they just couch surfing, or what's going on?
But don't forget, in this dumbass bill too, they still have stimulus is passing out to certain states. California is still passing $1,000 off to people.
Oh jeez.
And I want to know why they're broke.
Yeah.
Just crazy how they do this. Brittany
The Golden
Fleming.
State's now the Brown State.
I know, right? Brittany Fleming's from Washington D.C. I never understand why people cheered when he said we choose truth over facts. I don't know either. I think they just sympathy clap, just like he said
They gotta
something
save
stupid.
face.
Yeah,
They
He
gotta
said-
save face. They can't be like, they can't throw Joe Biden under the bus, because if they throw him under the bus completely, they're gonna have to have egg on their face. They're gonna have to go in the corner, sit in the corner with the dunce hat on their head.
Yep. Let's see. Eric Fox from New York City. If inflation is zero, then I guess Biden should not sign the Inflation Reduction Act. True, but we know that's not how it works, and I know you're just making a joke. Alex Jason, well, you got two first names. Miami, Florida. When even CNN actually calls out the Democrats on their BS, you know they're not doing a good job.
Yeah.
That is true. That is true. That is true. Oh man. Justin Tatum. Remember from New York, remember that inflation is compared to the previous inflation. Coffee rose 3.5% from the already high inflation prices. So if you started if you started originally as $1 but rose 10%, the first month it would be $1.10. It rose again by 10 cents, which is 11 cents. So you add that on top of that, on top of that. So now inflation is 21% for the original price. That is why that is why it is really easy to lie with statistics, because it's incredibly easy to game the system. That is true. The Biden administration isn't listening the gas over the 100% inflation, for example, because they know that if they did that, they would lose votes. They basically instead note the price drop as it's a big deal, even though the price drop is still the price of gas is still the highest from ever. Still, yeah, we went to a high of $5, but we still, even though average gas is $4, it's still high. Go ahead, Karoshi.
Yep. I was gonna say, when they were talking about how inflation raised to like nine something percent, while inflation is actually like what, 17 to 18%.
Yeah,
they're using math. They're using magical numbers to make things look not as bad as they actually are. No, folks, they're actually worse.
Well, yeah. Oh, that's a good one right there. That's a good one right there. John Thompson from New York. saying the Inflation Reduction Act will reduce inflation is like saying gun control laws will reduce gun violence. True. Good one on that.
Yep.
Good one on that. Good one on that on Sean Steyer. Great great job. Thank you all for doing great job. Thank y'all for exposing this absurd excuses for the president. Well, trust me, it's not easy. It's not that hard to do. The inflation rate is a lot like acceleration rate in a car. When you turn the cruise control on, acceleration drops to 0, but it's still going 120 miles. That is true. John Bossier from um, New Mexico. 500,000 people went and got part-time jobs on top of their full-time jobs to cover all they're able to eat during this inflation. We ain't experiencing during this recession that isn't happening. We are doing great. Woohoo! The greatest economy in 80 years. Oh yeah, I'm still surprised when I play that clip when he said that this is the greatest economy in 80 years. I'm like, what does Joe? Is his meds messing with his brain, or his brain's that messed up?
His handlers are telling him something. They're telling him they're essentially lying to him.
Well, yes.
So it doesn't really, if he sees that things are really this bad, I might really screw with him on a physiological level, but mentally as well, which could be bad for everybody.
Oh, it's bad for everybody, that's for sure. But it's crazy how this is set up for that regard. So, oh well, it is what it is. So, like I said, we got 25,000. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm gonna like I say give, since just us. And we talked. Well, I mean, we talked about some good stuff anyway. That's for sure about that. So, with that said, again, I don't know. It's just crazy out there, guys. This weekend's coming up. Hopefully, you guys will enjoy, your weekend this summer, and everything is crazy. Any final words you got to say, Kenoshi?
No, just stay safe out there. That's it. The weekend.
Don't get into the orgies.
Yeah, no orgies. Don't drink too much. Don't get in bar fights.
I know, right? From that is so true. You know what? For me, it's the same thing too, guys. Just take care of yourself. Again, I'm hey, homosexuals. I'm with you, gay guys. Just pray. It's not that hard. Just put on a condom. Have all the fun you want, but protect your damn self, please. You can stop spreading the disease. Because again, the problem is it gets to some of those guys are bisexual, and then of course the disease then transfers to a female, and the female transfers to another dude, and then that's how he starts spreading.
Yeah.
So just do that. And again, San Francisco is the derelict of the daggone country anyway. They do call it the butthole of the country, because you have that orgies, because don't get me wrong, ain't just gay orgies out there. They also got the swingers and all the other nasty stuff. I know. Just not good. Not good. But with that said, for real though, just enjoy yourself. Take care of yourself, then take care of your family, then take care of your neighbor, then take care of your community. That's the best way it is out there. Remember, evil comes in all shapes, size, color, creed, height, sex, gender, sexuality, nationality. It made no difference. Evil is evil no matter what. And last but not least, of course, remember, people are stupid, individuals are smart. Be the smart individual. Alright? This is your boy Tig for Project Open Mic. Hoping you guys have a good weekend, like Kenoshi said. Have a good weekend. Take care of yourself, take care of your family. And yeah, be careful with all the heat and everything. I'm sorry for the people in California that have the rollout blackouts. I don't know what to do. I can't still get water. I can't still get water and go and have a spread of water out there from your hose, because again, if you go over 50 gallons, they fine you $1,000 a day. So no matter if you live in California, you gain it from both ends, literally.
You know, people fought wars for less.
You know what? You are so correct. People have fought wars for less, and they're not. Oh my goodness, I don't get it. California, you people are literally the sheep of sheeps. But with that said, again, yes. Hope you guys have a good night. Catch you next week again for Project Open Mike and also Side Chat. Andres, Mike, Straight Chain Notations, and Dr. Philosophy. Hope you all that goes well next week. With that said, again, peace out. Have a good night.
Night.